Well, good Wednesday morning inspiration for today, family. And I'm very glad you tuned in today. This is an important day because the verse and the principle behind the verse, I want you to have so much. And then I found a really interesting song that we'll end with today that drives the point home. And so it's a good day. Good day for you and me. Now, almost done with and we will finish this week on First John. We've studied all the way through it and dug deep into it. I hope that's been a blessing in your life. It has in mine. We come to First John chapter 5 at verse 19 today, and it says this: We know that we are children of God, and that the world around us is under around us is under the control of the evil one. Under the control of the evil one. Who is that? Satan. Satan. Now, having said that, there's a couple of things that I want to point out. First of all, just like in yesterday's verse, it says we know. Didn't talk about that yesterday, but what's the we know? Who's the we? Well, obviously, it includes the Apostle John, who wrote it, but it includes us. We're part of that we. We know, or we should know, and we will know after we make this verse part of our life. We know now for sure that we are the children of God, and he has said that many, many times in this book. Obviously, John wanted us to have that as part of us, that we are the children of God, but also that we know the world around us is under the control of the evil one. Now, having said that, is that something to be afraid of? How do we live with that truth in mind? Well, one of the things is why I picked this particular uh, background, because the evil one has been defeated. And in the end, we don't have to worry. The end is written in the Bible and we win, as they say. But can he bother us along the way? Yes, he can. Yes, he can. This is his domain right now. And so we have to be careful. How do we do that? Well, first of all, we know that Jesus is praying for us, that in John 17, verse 15, he says that Jesus prayer for us. And there's a passage in the book of Ephesians, and it's found in chapter 6. And it implores us to put on the full armor of God. Are you familiar with it? May I read it to you? And then the song is going to drive this point home. But there are things that God has given us that we need to do that really protect us from the evil one and basically apply the cross to our life. Ephesians 6 says, "Be strong in the Lord and in his mighty power. Put on all of God's armor, so that you will be able to stand firm against all the strategies of the devil." Verse 12, "For we're not fighting against flesh and blood enemies, but against evil rulers and authorities of the unseen world, against mighty power in this dark world, and against evil spirits." Basically, that's what John says, against the evil one. "Therefore, put on every piece of God's armor so you'll be able to resist the enemy And after the battle, you'll be standing firm. Stand your ground, putting on the belt of truth and the body armor of God's righteousness. For shoes, put on the peace that comes from the good news so that you will be fully prepared. In addition to all these, hold up the shield of the faith to stop the fiery arrows of the devil. Put on salvation as your helmet and take the sword of the Spirit, which is the Word of God. Pray in the Spirit at all times and on all occasions. That's our instructions. That's the expansion of what this says. And we can know that the devil is rampant and around. But if we put on the whole armor of God, we're going to be safe. Let's do that and let this song make the point perfectly clear to every one of us. God bless.
When the battle is near and the night is long, I won't be shaken, I will stand strong. For my fight is not with flesh and blood, but against the power of this cruel world. With the belt of truth wrapped around my waist, I'll stand firm, I'll walk by faith. Breastplate of righteousness guards my heart. In the gospel of peace, I shod my feet. Be strong in the Lord and in the power of His might. I'll put on the armor of God. His word will be my spirit sword. In truth I'll stand, in faith I'll fight. In His righteousness I'll shine the light against the powers of this world so cold. In His name I'm brave and bold. Take your stand, don't back down. With God's armor every battle will be won. The shield of faith guards my soul. With every fiery dart of evil it quench. With the helmet of salvation I stand tall. For my struggle against evil will not blench. The battle's fierce but I won't fear, 'cause the voice of God is always near. From every mountain to every sea, I'll shout His victory till eternity. Be strong in the Lord and in the power of His might. I'll put on the armor of God. His word will be my spirit sword. In truth I'll stand, in faith I'll fight. In His righteousness I'll shine the light against the powers of this world so cold. In His name I'm brave and bold. Take your stand, don't back down. With God's armor every battle will be won. In spirit, on all occasions, with all prayer and supplication, keep alert with all perseverance, making supplication for all the saints.